to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 welcome to speak. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. I'm who you with, Kirk, dog. Hopefully y'all had a great day today. Want to welcome everyone to the show. For some reason, I don't have a good volume. Okay, there it is. I can hear myself now. Happy Thursday to y'all. Hopefully y'all had a great day today. Want to welcome everyone to the show. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house. I don't know what night it is. My home girl, my little sister, Miss Risky, is in the house.
No, I'm
What's
not.
good? You and your craziness. I knew you was gonna do something because I seen the look on your face right before. I said she's gonna do something crazy.
I know. I just can't hide this.
So how you doing tonight?
I see Marcella. Hey, Marcellus, bright and early.
You didn't even show up on my stream. I didn't see. If you didn't say nothing, I didn't even see him come in. What's going on, Marcellus? I'm always supporting the show. Thank you for your support. He cut his intro down tonight because normally you come on. What's up, my people? Welcome to the People Show or something. But welcome to the show, Marcellus. I understand you mesmerized right now. And so you feeling better?
I mean, I still got a little stuff going on, but I'm alive.
Okay,
went from upper respiratory to like sinus issues,
Okay,
but nothing COVID related. There you go.
See you with your good vibe shirt on. Pull it down so we can see. We can't read the good.
Yeah, because I'm fat and things curve, Yeah, and my posture is horrible.
Hey, there you go. What's up, my people? It's the People Show.
There we go.
There you
Good
go.
vibes.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna be like that for long. You're just gonna see the S and a D. By the time it all the show ends.
How was your vacation?
Listen, I did exactly what I wanted to do. Got my tan on. I look like a piece of Hershey's chocolate. I almost bit my own arm. I look so tasty and brown. Like, it was amazing. I just had all the drinks in all the lands,
Hey,
without getting burnt. So that was awesome.
When you go on vacation, you got to be part of the culture. Wherever you go.
Well, I mean, I wasn't part of the culture. I was just on the beach with a drink. And then I went into the ocean and I became one with nature and I, came back. That was it.
Hey, I feel you, Marcella said, ain't nothing wrong with some cushion.
Listen, it was fun. Threw my 2-piece on. I was like, all right, I'm good.
Marcellus, we're going to have to get you to come to Dallas and send y'all on a date or something. Not now, Marcella. Slow down. Not now.
Like I
We're gonna
posted
make
some on my page. What is it? They don't something about being wined and dined, but like I prefer to be tacoed and
tacoed in.
margarita.
Yeah, I seen that while ago. I said, okay.
True
Well,
story. Good street
Marcella,
tacos and a margarita.
she
Sangria
giving you
swirl,
hints.
yo.
Giving you hints, Marcella.
Just saying.
Talking about I'm down. I'm on 20 now. But Marcellus, are you hearing what she's telling you? Some good street tacos and margarita. So that's your way in.
And don't
I'm
be
just
stingy
saying.
with them tacos. I like grilled jalapeno and some grilled onions too. Just saying.
Hey, if there's a restaurant with some good tacos that won't
Restaurant? You
sponsor,
don't get street tacos from
okay.
restaurants?
Well, it's a couple of places, you know. If it's a service station out there that have some good street tacos, oh, hit us up.
Right.
Hit us up and some margarita. Must have both.
Listen, I'll even do them in those little pouches. Like, just
Well, say it
freeze
don't
them
even
up. We'll be
matter.
in the parking lot.
So if
Two for
you
$3.
if you own a good street taco in margarita, hit us up. Let's set this up. Have Marcellus come to Dallas, and we'll send them out on a low date. And but Marcellus, you may want to make sure it's payday and all your other bills are paid. No, but
It's all day with your shenanigans.
oh, I thought you were finna say something else. I seen the look on your face. And
Oh no, I got
so,
distracted by something else.
oh, boy, I'm about to grab the wrong thing. So what?
That's what she
You,
said.
are you sipping tonight?
Some water.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing.
Got to break all this up because I'm gonna
Hold
start
on,
sounding like Kathleen Turner in a little bit.
hold on, Marcellus. Just
Dude, I
hold
will
on,
report you.
hold on, Marcellus. Just make sure it's legit.
Yeah, if it ain't legit, I'm reporting you for a small
Make
fine.
sure it's legit because people are going to jail because of that.
Like for
And
real.
matter of fact, it was a rapper that just went to jail
He
last
was
week.
crazy though. Didn't he report that he did it legally and stuff? Is that the same one?
See,
He was
sometimes
boasting.
people talk too much.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna do crime, shut up. I wouldn't tell anybody. Tell you, did you take that pallet of money that was in the street? What? I don't drive. Like I'm just gonna like I'm gonna play deaf, dumb, and stupid. I don't
Where,
care.
where was that at? What street was that on? It was on
Like I
Ferguson.
was watching
Where's
Netflix.
Ferguson?
I don't
Be
drive.
like,
I'm always a passenger. Weren't you driving?
hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Like, come on now.
Do
You
a
find
Shaggy.
out real quick.
Do a Shaggy. It wasn't me. So today, of course, we have some history with Miss Risky. Um, we was gonna do it a couple of weeks back, but things happen. So we'll talk about the history today. Miss Valerie Daniels-Carter, um, very smart, intelligent sister. So we're gonna talk about that. Then we're going to talk about Juan Miranda-Jara. We're going to talk about that. And since we're talking about him, we also going to talk about underage marriage. Yeah, some states allow it, some don't. But we're going to talk about that too. So Miss Risky, come on with the history.
All right. So let's see, Dr. Daniels Carter grew up on the 44th, Valerie Daniels Carter. She grew up on the 44th and Hampton Streets on Milwaukee North Side. She's a proud graduate of Lincoln University of Missouri, which is a historically black university. She
HBU?
graduated there. Hmm?
No, I'm just saying HBU.
Oh, she graduated there with a bachelor's degree in business administration. In 1984, she earned a master's degree in business management from Cardinal Stritch University. She also received an honorary Doctors of Humane Letters of Cardinal Stretch University in 2008 and Lincoln University in 2016. Let's see. So now going back after college, she went to start her own company called V&J Holding Company in Milwaukee, and she became one of the country's most successful fast food franchisors. The businesswoman had overseen a four-state conglomerate of over 100 multi-brand restaurant franchises, which included Burger King, Pizza Hut, Auntie Anne's Soft Pretzels, Captain D's Seafood, and more. She's the boss of the largest female-owned franchise organization in the United States, and Basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal is one of her business partners. So not only is she a businesswoman, she also gives back to her community in a major way. She created several community youth and empowerment centers, built housing, educational, art, and health complexes, both here and in Africa, um, and is widely known as a motivational speaker, life coach, and humanitarian. So, Dr. Valerie Daniels-Carter has been a sports fan all her life. Growing up on the north side of Milwaukee, she was coming of age around the time of hometown Bucks drafted a 7-footer out of UCLA named Lou Alcindor. I was like, who? So in 1971, Alcindor, who we all know as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I know him, led the Bucks to their lone NBA championship in franchise history, which Daniel Carter calls an electrifying time in the city's history. That love of sports has followed Dr. Daniels Carter and she's one of just 3 black female minority owners in the NBA, along with Jada Pinkett Smith, who I guess part owner of Philadelphia 76ers, and BET's co-founder Sheila Johnson, who does Washington Wizards. So, a little back history and reason for her love. She also played collegiate basketball for the historically black Lincoln University, and actually had an offer to play for the Milwaukee short-lived women's professional basketball league. Um, but that fell through. But in later on in 2011, she was elected the board of directors for the Green Bay Packers. Dr. Daniels Carter is one of the founders of and partners for Community Impact, a group of diverse community investors that purchased minority stakes in the Bucks in 2014. She is also one of the board of directors for the professional football team Green Bay Packers based in Wisconsin. In 2019, she was inducted into the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame, joining an elite group of successful African American honored recipients. In 2020, she established Sea Destiny Productions, LLC, to address the various and diversified needs of mankind through media and broadcast programming. And just to go back to the Milwaukee Bucks, currently, they rallied from a 2-0 deficit against the Phoenix Suns to win the championship. So, so she's one of the only black female owners of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm.
So yeah,
Man, that's so. She. When
she
does
was
she
doing it.
sleep?
When
When do
probably never if she's owning all these franchises.
exactly? And
She just woke up and was like, I'm gonna be a boss lady.
I'm actually gonna encourage people to because the undefeated actually interviewed her, and you can actually pull it up. It's a great interview. They asked several questions, and she answered. And I would recommend people to go and look at that. Read the interview because it's not a video; it's actually a type interview. But the title is Buck Minority on the Valerie Daniels-Carter from HBCU to NBA Finals. So check that article out. The undefeated actually did the interview, and is actually pretty good to learn more about her. And she seemed like she's a pretty cool person to hang out with, um, little auntie. So okay, but yeah, that's that's all right there. Um, man, thank you for always bringing history.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna bring that one, but you mentioned it like several
Mhm.
times. I was like, you know what? Let's do that story because I was being really lazy and hadn't done my own due diligence and hadn't done any research on any other stories. So
Oh,
thank
okay.
you for that.
I,
We do
I,
take suggestions. If you send them an email and let me know, I will research it. Because listen, the last couple of weeks,
was
yeah,
it been rough? You
listen,
recovering? You
yeah,
recovering?
and I was still being lazy this week. I was just like, ugh, I don't feel like doing anything. So yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah. So if you have a subject or something you would like for us to research, definitely send us an email, and we could definitely research it for you and go from there. Which is really um, um, okay. I was making sure everything is straight. Okay. Yeah, Miss Risky is a history genius, and she loved to do history. So
I wouldn't
definitely.
say a history genius. I'm just nosy,
Oh, well.
which makes for great story. Like I will get all up in your business because I'm curious by nature.
Well, yeah. Um, so before we get into the other subjects, I'm a holler at Uncle. Well, I ain't gonna call him Uncle, but Jeff. Hey, Jeff. He gave out 100 million to Van Jones and Jose Andres yesterday. 100 million each. I guess well, no, I ain't gonna sell out. But hey,
Give me a couple of coins. Like, I don't even need that much.
I'll take 10%.
Like, let me clear my student loan debt since Uncle Joe ain't doing it for us.
Yeah, I was wondering why I seen seen him smiling so hard, Van Jones. I'm like, oh. Now I don't know if it's to a for organization they running or what.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Well, then on top of that, they kind of when he went to space that night, they kind of talking about his ex wife got 50 billion or something, and she donating money left and right.
Mhm. Yeah, because she don't
So
need all that. Like, who? Like, you don't need that kind of money. Like in life, you never spend that kind of money in life. So why not help people out?
Well,
You know,
hey,
just they could cure like the hunger in the U.S. and then still have some left over to save other countries. Like they could do so much, but no, they want to go up into space. They want to, dream that dream to get away from minorities. Because if you think about all those futuristic films, there aren't a lot of black folks or minorities in those fantasies. We gone, but you go up to Mars, do whatever, whatever. But
and
yeah, like they can do so much here.
now, Jeff, if you feel generous, that's that's the show cash out, and this is Miss Risky cash out
You have
because
my
we both
yeah. Help us to
because
style because I need an agent or something, or make my
we
own
both need we both
companies.
need agents.
Yeah, I can create my own production company.
Exactly. So if you want to send some agents our way, that's cool too. And for these shade tree agents that been calling me, if I'm not returning your phone calls and I've already sent you an email tell you I'm not interested, don't reach out to me no more. But go ahead. I know. I got caught up in one of those commercials and
Oh Lord,
yeah. I'm like,
we
yeah,
all need to be in a facility. I was telling my coworker, who I think would be an interesting addition to this, since you want a panel. We'll talk about that later.
okay.
But we were talking about how we can't be left alone even at this age. Like I need a life alert already. Like for real, I need a life alert, and I don't know how much they are. Do I need to put something on it? Because I can put 5 on it just to get me like something now.
Yeah,
like
because
like neither one of us, like we can't be left alone. Mm,
yeah,
I already know it.
and I'm gonna say something else. Whoever these folks is, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden it'll be good for a while. I guess I block all the numbers. Then after a certain at the time, the numbers get unblocked or whatever. But whoever it is, keep calling me for a damn Deidre Brown. No, I'm sorry, not a Deidre Brown, a Deidre Borrow.
Have you looked that person up?
Deidre
Uh-huh.
borrow some money. I'm like, look, they sent me text messages. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I won't even respond back to them. I just delete them. Oh, I delete. I can't even look at them. I
Because
deleted them.
usually I'll get like random calls and they're looking for a particular person, and it's the same first initial, last initial. And so I ended up looking them up on Facebook, and I'm like, who's using my phone number and my email? And I looked this person up, and then found out I had a different Facebook page that I had to report, and Facebook's very quick with taking down fraudulent pages. Just saying.
Well, they've been doing this for years, and they'll call, "Hello, Deidre Bauer," or they'll send a text or something. Deidre Bauer, you've been approved for a payday loan, or oh, you get the new iPhone for free, Deidre Bauer. I'm like,
Who
look,
is this person?
it's a made up person. One
Of
guy
course it
called me.
is.
One guy called one time, and I don't think he had a good day after he got off the call with me. So, but anyway, welcome to the show, T Cal. I see you and finally made it in. I guess you at work. What's tonight? Oh no, it's Thursday. That's the other T when you close, when you work late. So, hey y'all, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Um, I guess I don't know what's going on because YouTube freezing up and everything. But
Well, they did have like an internet outage for a lot of people or companies. Like a lot of like FedEx was down for a minute. So yeah,
oh wow, that's not
I saw
good.
that alert come across. I was like, "This don't mess up mine," because that's how I just view everything. Because I don't have cable, I just stream everything.
Then you're gonna be at home just twirling your finger,
I
watching,
know. Should be writing and watching Stargate for the 1500th time. like the
Exactly.
series in order,
So
all of them.
yeah. So are you ready to get into this madness?
Yes. So, yeah. So, an Oklahoma man was arrested for rape after being bringing a 12-year-old pregnant girlfriend to hospital. And the question on everybody's mind is like, where are the parents? Da 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 da. Well, I mean, apparently it was kosher amongst the family. And, reading the comments, it seems like, I guess it's a cultural thing in Latin America. And I'm not going to say all of Latin America, but apparently it's kind of commonplace, not only there, but sometimes here for, I guess lower income families to kind of send their daughters off to older men. But what's his name? Juan
One,
Miranda-Jara, who's 24 years old, was having relations with this 12-year-old girl. Um, and it said that they had been together since September 2020. So it's been a good minute. Um, Admins at the hospital said they just walked in like any other couple, excited to deliver a newborn child. But he was arrested for first-degree rape of a minor, and he remains in custody on a $50,000 bond. And I guess the age of consent in Oklahoma is 16. However, and like most of these statutory laws, there are loopholes. Yeah, like there are 4 states that have no official minimum age, but still require either parental consent or court approval or both. Includes California, Oklahoma, West Virginia, and Wyoming. So there you go. So he'll get out on bail or whatever. If he gets time, it'll probably be probation. And then what's going to happen? He'll end up marrying the mother of his child. All is done. All is fine and dandy.
I'm doing math. That's why I keep counting. Because
Is
my thing is, where's the father?
Oh, apparently the father was, well, I mean, if there is a father in the picture, he was probably the one setting up with the wife the baby shower, because on a Facebook page, let me see if I can, it keeps doing weird things because I sent you a picture,
Yeah, you
but
sent it to me. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
I may need
Um,
to save it because I sent it to you because my phone keeps wanting to turn it around. Let me save and then pull it up. Bear with me, people.
like I
But
tell
yeah,
y'all all the time.
they had done a whole baby shower for her, and they declared themselves a couple. I don't know if you can see that. So that's his page. And then over there, that's her with him with little pink balloons. So I guess she's having a little girl, all happy, and she's in a relationship with him. That's her name. They took the page down. So like I screen grabbed quickly because it's no longer viewable now. Um, so yeah, apparently with the comments being noted on Facebook, this is commonplace for a lot of Latin American um, girls because the families are poor and can't afford their kids, so they just kind of send them off with these older men. Like it's common practice. But just doing research and looking around, there are a lot of states that, you know, um, let's see, one state has a minimum age of 12 years old for females and 14 for males, and that's Massachusetts. Um, Most of the ages range from 15 to 18. But there's a lot of states that have a minimum of 15 and under. Um, but I think it's also like a part of those old school laws where, you're on the prairie and you needed to have like 15,000 kids to run the farm. And, most of those harsh conditions, most of your kids died. So you had to have a lot of kids. So you started them young. So as a young girl was able to have babies, you sold her out. But guess what? Today sounds that's not necessary. So we need to update a lot of these laws. Um, and I think, what did you say? New York, they just
Today,
mhm, today
today they
passed a
just
law preventing young child marriages or whatever.
they raised their age from, I don't know what it was before, but this came out about 5 hours ago. No
New
more
York
child
was
marriage.
17 to 18,
Well,
but
now have to be 18,
yeah,
even with consent. No more
yeah,
child marriage in New York,
yeah.
which
They
it
said
should be
no
like that across
exemptions.
the board. Um, but I'm tripping because I went to this Facebook page. Now I see him posing with several guys on here,
Oh, you're
and
on his page?
I assume it's his page, but he's on here with several guys. Now, one of those dudes should have been like, "Hey, dude, this shit ain't right. This ain't right. That's a child."
Well, again, with that culture, I mean, it's commonplace. So why would he say anything against him? He probably thinking, "Oh, you got you a nice young Tyrone. You got to
Well,
get them young." You know what I mean? Because before they're damaged and got things going on, like you don't know what their situation is.
well,
Like
when I was adding the months up, you said they've been together since October. But
September
guess what?
2020.
Oh, September.
Hmm.
So
So it's
that
been a
means
year. So she had to have been 13. I mean, 11.
oh, 20. Yeah, that's 24.
Yeah, because she was 12. So I mean, and I'm gonna guess he's like maybe a family friend or something. He was in that circle to where this was okay. Like I can't. Yeah, I mean, my brain just can't process the scenarios in which that would be all right. And a lot of people, I remember back, when was it, a few years ago, people were up in arms about these people overseas with these young child brides and all this stuff. And I was like, but they do that here. Like,
And
let's not
sometimes they
focus about that over there. We got child brides here. Women are selling, like, for various reasons. People, you see it like on the news, people selling their kids for drugs, to grown men, like boys and girls. Like, nobody is immune to this. And it's just like, I guess, just economically, that works for them, even though it's not right on so many levels.
yeah, it's
Um,
definitely not right.
right. And even I remember I got into an online battle. They were talking about all these pedophiles or these men with the, like, R. Kelly, bringing up R. Kelly, and should we still listen to his music? And I was like, well, we still listen to Elvis
You
and this
and some of
dude.
you still think Eva's still alive.
Like, right, this man went all the way to Germany, brought home a 14-year-old girl, and married her. I mean, Priscilla turned out all right, but she was still a little girl. So, like, and people say, oh, but it was the time. It's never okay for
Never
a
a time
grown man
to
to rob a young girl's youth, and turn her into a woman. Like, like, I don't, like, come on now. Like, did that even sound like a decent argument? Well, during that time, that was common. No, it wasn't. Because they
yeah,
went
that's
all up in, was it Jerry Lee Lewis? All up his butt. He was just a smidge. When he was just a smidge before Elvis, or was he after Elvis?
it might have been before. I don't know.
And they went all
Boy
up in his
is
butt.
thick.
because the girl, it was his cousin. What was she, 13, 14? Around the same age, but they struck him from all records. So, like, it's just like it makes no sense.
Leave the babies alone.
Yeah.
Marcella said, I seen in another country where this guy was supposed to get married, but she died at the wedding. So he married her 14-year-old sister, all in the same day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of cultures like that. It's doesn't sound right, and it shouldn't be. It's should like there's no way that this should be commonplace for a grown ass man to be with a little girl. But I guess they figure, once they, you know, change, their bodies change and mature, that's good enough for, marriage. And I'm like, no, because these girls with all the hormones in this food, they be 5 years old with bigger boobies than mine. No, that cannot be the ground rules or the stipulations for child marriages because their bodies are able to handle it. It is wrong on all levels. Like this should be something that we shouldn't need laws to say stop screwing children,
Don't need them at all. Just put them in jail.
but they're not. They're finding these loopholes because the state and the government are saying, well, I mean, she's old enough. I mean, she can carry a child. She's old enough to have a baby. But yet, they get pregnant. Oh, well, you can't abort or do anything because, it's a life. But what was that same energy when this little child was getting raped by a grown ass man? It's just a
Exactly.
child. Like, let's have that same energy.
Yeah, that's some.
It's backwards. We live in a backwards country, and even forget about overseas and whatever. Our country needs some house cleaning on all levels, and that won't even work. Like Marcel said, cut it, sing off. That won't even work because I remember a story, and this was like a decade ago. This is when they started doing the liquid castration or injectable castrations and stuff like that to keep men from having those urges to molest children. Well, they found loopholes with that, and the men, even though they couldn't use their, whatever's, guess what they still have available? They're going to touch these children regardless. They need to just be taken out to a field and cease to exist. Because you can't, once puberty hits and those urges have formed to violate children in that way, you can't cure that. You can't.
True.
Like I mean, prove me wrong. I've never seen a story where somebody is redeemed and cured themselves of pedophilia. It doesn't happen. They just figure out clever ways to do it. They just need to cease to exist because it's a disease and it's something you cannot cure.
Exactly. I'm like this. I'm speaking for myself. I wish. Oh, I had to catch myself. Look, leave the kids alone.
Yeah, let them be kids.
Leave the babies alone. Allow them to grow because you're you're a grown ass man. Shouldn't even be looking at a child.
Right. Like, what's that say about you?
Leave the babies alone. That's
Like,
the
the
best
fact
thing
that you
you can do.
can't deal with adult conversations, adult situations. Like, because these kids, these child brides are being abused and
Yeah,
being brainwashed because that's the only reason, like, to be in a situation like that because your age is power. Regardless of her age, 12, 13, 14, 16, you're still older than her and you have some, authority over her and she can't counter you.
Exactly. I want to welcome everyone to the show. You are watching Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm M, Who You With Kurt Dog, with my co-host,
Ho ho
Miss.
ho ho and half.
I did not talk. You know when you get to talking and it seems like you swallow at the same time. My co-host, Miss Risky, is in the house.
Chicka ching
Um,
ching. Pay me
if
my money. No.
if you are on my personal Facebook page, please go over to Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog. You can live chat with us in the chat room, and I can see it when it come up. I don't have to keep looking down at my phone to see if anybody leaving messages. So definitely go to my to the show page, Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog, and you can actually live chat with us, and we can display your stream.
Oh, he finna beat
No,
you up.
I would not never call a woman that. No, I would not disrespect Miss Risky or any other woman. So that was
Because I will cut him with a razor blade and throw some lemon juice on it. Now, no, I'm
just
just
put salt on it, not
no
lemon juice.
lemon juice and salt. Because chances are I
Lemon
have a
juice
margarita in my
burn.
hand. Listen, I needed
Oh,
all to burn.
oh, you can do the lime then, lime and salt.
Yep. Squirt, squirt. Slice, slice.
Uh, no, but overall,
Don't mess with me. Hey,
hey,
some people in my family talking about warming up some syrup and throwing it on you. I was like, ooh, that's extra.
you know, just ask Al Green
Al
about the
Greeny.
grits. Ask him
Very
about
Al
the
Greeny.
grits.
Why can't you just walk away? Oh, I'm gonna
That's
walk
good.
away. Slice, slice, throw, and drink my drink.
She gonna finish the drinking. You know how I get that cola with that lime juice at the end. She gonna
And
toss it on there.
then be waiting on the porch for the cops. Yeah, I did it. And what? You- Tell them what you said.
He disrespected me.
I was disrespected. Let me finish my drink.
Yeah, and then she
Call
might
Bubba.
start
Call
bringing.
Bubba, my Bell's bondsman.
While she's sitting out there waiting for the cops, she'll be out there smoking a cigarette, and she don't even smoke. Be out there
Nah, I
talking
wouldn't
about
smoke, but I'd be all on Facebook. This fool.
he done lost his damn mind.
Facebook Live. You see him writhing on the floor? Yeah, I did it. I wish he would press charges.
You done scared the man off now. Golly.
Yeah. Just don't disrespect me. Listen, I'm easy to love.
You done scared him off. Oh,
Typically, just
geez.
feed me. I'm
Okay.
gonna be all right. Throw me some snacks.
Put it like this: you have to be a strong man to date somebody like Miss Risky,
Not
because
necessarily. I mean,
well,
just have
not
some
necessarily.
sense. Just have some
She's
sense.
she's cool,
That didn't
real
sound
cool.
convincing, Kurt.
No, let me finish. She's cool, but she's telling you what would happen if you cross that line.
Yeah, I'm
That's
real
all
honest
to it.
about it. Listen, I ain't got too many rules, but you gonna respect them.
Exactly. She you got to come with your A game. That's all
And I'm
to
too
it.
cute for jail, so anything to keep me from going to jail. Like I give you some warnings,
You're gonna be like, hey, you had one shot and you messed up. Don't do it
right?
again.
And
She'll tell
then
you,
by
don't
that
do it
third
again.
time, if I ain't saying nothing, run.
All right, she turn around and look at you like,
No, I
click,
won't
what
even
is
look
that,
at it.
click
Like
the
I'll look
bird.
straight through you,
You like,
like you don't even exist. Like you can be right in front of me, and I'll walk right through you like Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's when you know, run. Like don't come at me. You just be in your best interest. Just go.
that kind of remind me. I told the story a while back, which we're all we're laughing. Laughing does your body good. but domestic violence is never okay.
Right.
Um,
But I also
so
watch the ID channel, so
yeah, she know how to make some things disappear. Um, so when was it? Back in February, I think it was. Um, right before the ice storm, I believe, or after or something. I don't know. But either way, um, a former neighbor that we had. Now, this was on a Friday night. My wife and I watching a movie. Well, my wife was watching a movie was watching me. And and all of a sudden, about 10:45 at night, somebody knocked on the door. That was in January because it was J Mud birthday. I'm thinking it's them coming over, shots. But I jump up. I'm like, who is this knocking on the door this time of night? And kind of find out it was I asked who was it. The guy was like, man, you don't have to open the door. Just call the police. This woman done cut me in the face and all of this. And I'm like, okay, I'm still trying to wake up. So I'm calling 911. They sent the force out. And then all of a sudden, once they got there, I went outside and I'm looking. I'm like, shit, hell, I was sleeping good watching that movie, watching me. But long story short, they end up taking him to jail. And when the officer came to talk to me, he said, look, apparently he tried to choke her out. We've been out here several times about this, and she decided to defend herself. So domestic violence is never good. And because we have cameras, I went back and ran the video. And I'm gonna tell you, how Miss Risky talking about she get quiet, you better run. I think that guy took her advice because he was running and the old girl was on his tail. She was about to get him. She was probably about 4 length from him or 4 feet from him. And she was on him trying to get him and he got away. But I'm like, look, domestic violence is never a good thing.
yeah, because like me, like I grew up in a not so good situation, but I think children in the '80s, we saw a lot of things we shouldn't have seen at a young age, and it kind of hardened us. But I'm like, listen, you put hands on me, run, because
Exactly.
like I know I can't take you, and I'm not trying to take a man, but I will get you to my level.
Yeah, exactly. Now, say
One of us is gonna one of us gonna be cut up. It ain't gonna be me.
my mom told my brother and I at a very young age, I better not hear about y'all hitting a woman, and if I see you, I'm gonna knock you out. Yeah, that's the clean version of what she gave. But that was one of those situations. She didn't play with that.
Yeah, because it's
So
like no matter the size, men are stronger than women. And these women that be getting up in these dudes' faces, and I'm like, listen, you can only do that so much. I mean, because eventually you mess with a dog too much, they gonna bite. So why even
exactly.
put yourself in that situation? Like, I don't want to get hit. That hurt.
I don't want to
You know,
get
I'm a
hit either.
lover, not a fighter.
Exactly.
But I ain't gonna let somebody put hands on me either. Like you can say all the verbals you want to say, because I got something, I can say right back to you. Go to our corners and come back kumbaya. But once it gets physical, guess what? If you get violent with me, you ain't gonna have no hands. Like,
Rockabye
and it may
baby.
not be that moment, but eventually you gotta go to sleep.
You got to sleep with one eye
And you
open.
just,
Where it say the burning bed 2021.
listen, I ain't burning nothing. I ain't burning my good mattress, but I'm gonna cut off some hands.
Well, then a good mattress,
Or
I'll
just get creative.
destroy it then. No,
Like, I don't know how his hands melted. It must have been this acid work like this. And they were like, Tanya, where'd you get acid? Amazon. They delivered it that day.
they brought it right away. Told me I could get
2 hour
it.
delivery.
If I order it now, I
I
can get
get it about
by.
5 o'clock, and this food go to bed at 4:30. It's
And
just melting.
he was in the deep sleep.
With my margarita, I just be watching.
They'd be like, "Well, how did the lime get on him?" Oh, I was trying to
Well,
put
no,
it
I ain't
out.
trying to hide bodies, but I'm because I want you to be aware. Your actions have consequences.
Yeah, but on a serious note, if you are dealing or if you know someone that is dealing with domestic violence, definitely reach out, get help. Domestic violence is a serious event. It happens so much, and it
On both
actually,
ends, because men
yes, it
can get
does.
abused as well, and y'all need to start reporting these women.
And not only that, you also need to let somebody know, get some help because especially since the pandemic, it been on the rise. So definitely get some help. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233. If you are local in Dallas, you can reach out to the Family Place, 214-941-1991. And also, if National Sexual Assault Hotline, um, if you're a child or someone that's dealing with it, because even if you're a grown person, no one have the right to take advantage of you. No mean no, and that's what it is. No. So if you are a victim of it, get some help. 1-800-656-4673. National Sexual Assault Hotline, 1-800-656-4673. And National Suicide Prevention Hotline, too, because that have gone up quite a bit, too. It's a lot of people stressed right now, um, especially with the fact that uh, the fact that a lot of people in Dallas are getting ready to be evicted. So that's going to be on the rise. So if you need some help dealing with mental illness, um, National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-8255. And we will be having a counselor on soon. I talked to him this week, and we're trying to make arrangement to make sure he's able to come on with our schedules, being able to come on together and provide some counseling. It's a brother, so for the fellows, it's nothing wrong with getting counseling because we all can use it. I take it every week. Now call me from 12 to 1, and um, do not call me from 12. Well, actually, my time had changed. Uh, I did.
Okay.
My time had changed. So from 10 to 11, do not call me on Tuesdays. So, so definitely, we're going to put the numbers up again. Or if you dealing with something and need to be able to talk, we are available. I will make myself available. And only thing I ask, whatever help we provide for you, please take advantage of that help. If you're in one of these situations, we can get help for you. Um, Counseling works for everybody, but be honest about it. Yeah, you can get counseling for free. Go to your HR if you are working and ask about the EAP program, Employee Assistance Program, and you can get it for free. Not only just for you, but your family, your spouse, and your kids can get counseling for free. So definitely take advantage of that. Um, and on another note, um, Jeff, if you still want to get that tax write off, um, you can
Yeah,
hit
we're
us up.
considered charitable contributions. Like you
Exactly.
could donate to a little, what is it, the United Negro Fund, but we're like the subsidiaries of it. We're direct Negroes that need help.
Oh wow.
So
No, I
yeah.
just got a alert on my phone. He may not be able to watch us right now, but you can always go back watch the replay. Said the internet down. Live update, major outage hit Amazon, UPS, PlayStation, and dozens more.
Hmm.
So I
And
think
some
everybody.
banks. That was what
Oh,
was affecting some people earlier today.
so
Yeah.
will it? Maybe when it come back online, I have more zeros in my account.
Listen, I'm still waiting on Chase to accidentally deposit millions of dollars in my account because I'm becoming Mexican or something. I'm becoming something. I need to research extraditions because I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna have to hablar español. Like
Be
no,
like,
no, no dinero, no tengo dinero.
I'm be like, look. I asked him, Jeff Bezos, he gave it out.
Yeah, I
He
thought it was
busted.
part of my stimulus package. Thought Uncle
He
Joe
put
finally gave me my 40
yeah,
acres and a mule.
exactly.
That's my excuse. It's like get insurance. I'm out. I am not going to be American.
So now we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We talked about some other stuff, but we're gonna talk about something else kind of dear to our hearts. Um, uh, no, I've been saying for months, Miss Risky been working on some things, and she's ready to share what she's been working on. And
Am I
uh,
though? No, just kidding.
well, at least that's what you told me before we came on the show. You had a change of heart.
No, there's nothing really to report, but there's something to report. So, I've written a series of novels, and and since 2010, like the this is when it started. And last year I decided to adapt it to film. And so I worked with Entice Entertainments to help me create a script. So now I have a script with some little with the pilot and some episode ideas, and so now I'm in the process of marketing that so that hopefully one of these streaming apps um takes me on and buys my a series so I can work on my next projects, keep me motivated. So I entered them into a contest, got some advice on how to try to put it out there and what to do. So hopefully, all the contacts I've made, all the friends, the writers for all these shows that are similar to my show idea, they get back to me. Because listen, I'm stalking some people on Instagram. Because like I said, I live on Instagram. RSKEE. Look me up.
Hey,
I need new followers on the Risky page because I'm holding steady at people like me more than my author page, but I'm at 116 on my author page, and I'm
you know,
like but I
it's
have like
hard to get
300 people on my personal page.
it's hard to get people to follow you back.
Yeah,
And I'm like, look, what is it gonna hurt to follow somebody?
right.
It don't cost you nothing.
At
It
all.
don't hurt you. And that's something else because if I know somebody who is doing positive things, I will repost their stuff because I'm like, hey, they doing something positive.
Right.
So I
Like and share.
repost it.
Costs nothing.
Yeah. Don't cost a thing. But some people they kind of shady about that. But Miss Risky, I'm proud of you. I know how stressful it was when you was trying to get it all done, and for the couple of months they was working on it. I'm like, oh, all right,
It's a
however
lot.
long more. Yeah,
Yeah, and even just researching, because most people, you're no longer discovered. You have to make stuff happen. and I'm trying to make things happen. So it's a lot of my time. That's another reason why I didn't really, I just took your history lesson and I was like, hey, it's there. I have it saved. Let me figure something out, because I was busy looking up who these writers and producers were on certain films that was in my genre, um, and stalking them and befriending them. One of them responded, but they were like, oh, it was a rejection. But hey, it's something. At least they know I
Exactly.
exist. Because the goal is somebody will be working on a project, and then they're like, wait a minute, somebody just reached out to me about an idea that's similar to what you're thinking of. And it's already together. Like, it's done. Let's
Just
go.
need to check I mean,
Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to produce anything. I just write the stories. But if they want me to write on it with them, that'd be another plus.
hey, there you go.
That's where the
Uh,
money is. But let's sell this story.
Come on, Amazon Prime, Jeff.
Listen, Voodoo, Tubi, anything.
Mm, come on, let's do it. If you know somebody who is in that industry, please have them reach out to us and
Yeah.
either on her Instagram, or if you need to send a message to me, I would definitely make sure she get it right
Yeah, because
away.
I'm stalking writers, managers. Hey, management team, you need somebody else? So that's what I'll be doing this weekend. So I like compiled a whole, like, I have this spreadsheet. It's the most elaborate spreadsheet. And I was like, I've been in HR for way too long.
She doing cold calling.
I mean, pretty much that's what it is. I mean, like, you research something, like whether it's like most of these writers, they're out of commission, but they may know somebody, who worked with them on a project, and I'm not discounting them. So I'm like looking at their management team and, hey, by the way, here's my thing. Here's this. If you're interested, let me know if I should send you my script. It's completed. So that's pretty much the spiel I'm giving everybody. And then I went on Instagram and did this whole little letter, and I just copied and pasted to everybody, like from Tyler Perry on down to like people nobody knows the names to.
Lottie Dottie and everybody.
Listen, the person who wrote Pariah, which was actually a really good movie, coming of age story of a lesbian girl, black female. And this writer, she doesn't have a online presence. So I was like, all right, we talking to your manager then. Like, okay. Like, who doesn't have anything? Like, no Twitter, no anything. But I think she was old school though. Wrote Jordan Peele. Like, these are like, I just write them like these little things like, hey, this is me, da 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 da. Is it, can you review it, or do you know somebody who can review it? Like, listen, these are all my all the people I've sent messages to. See all those little blue, and some of them don't even have blue checks. But yeah, listen, I'm on it because by the end of this year, I expect to have a sale.
Exactly. Jordan Peele, I'll let her
Listen,
respond back.
even though I'm not in your genre, but most of the people that I've contacted are, what is it? Lee Daniels. I know you need a new show. Come on.
Oh yeah.
And Billy Poiter, Poiter, Poiter,
Hey,
Billy Poiter.
he will be a good candidate
Because
too.
sister Pose is gone. I know you need another show. Come on, Lena
Hey,
Waithe, hook a sister up.
come on with it. I
Yeah,
watched The Shy.
listen, right? That's
Uh,
brilliant.
yeah, I watched
Issa
The Shy.
Rae, I know it's not your genre, but you know somebody. I know you do. Hook me up.
It's about knowing somebody gets
Yeah,
a foot in the
networking.
door.
Yeah, I am trying to network all the stuff. So and then probably this weekend I'll go in their friends list and you know do what people do to me on Facebook, stalk their page, write messages, and people figure out how are we connected.
Exactly. Matter of
but for
fact,
business purposes.
Jeff Bezos, you ain't gotta hit that cash out.
Listen, give me a
Send
couple
a referral.
coins.
Send a referral.
You know?
We can do everything else ourselves,
Yeah,
right?
like for real. I know
And
a lot of people
so,
hungry. Like somebody got a camera. Let's make
but
this
if
work.
but if you just need that other tax break, we ain't turning down nothing but our collars. no, but
Exactly.
no, but on the real though, if it's somebody out there that is in that industry, um, Miss Risky had done several books, and she have a strip that is ready to go, and it's for sale.
Yeah,
It's for sale, and
yeah. Focus on my other stories because I kind of put those on the back burner. One of them's going to take too much of my time, though.
but say if you get the right sale for this first one, you will
Yeah,
have plenty of time to work on the other one.
well, yeah, but one of them is going to take a lot of time because it's supernatural. And there are a lot of details I didn't count on needing to know when I was writing it.
Okay.
Right now, it's plausible, like because my poker buddies have broken it down. They're like, "This doesn't make sense." Da 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 da. If this is happening, so I took their words and I made it plausible, and then had to reiterate, "This is fantasy."
So
So
let
in
me ask
my
you.
world, this works.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Say, for instance, if someone contact you about that particular
Hmm.
book, are you willing to work with a co-author?
Yes. Like a ghostwriter or just a co-writer? Or both?
A ghostwriter, either
Listen,
one.
that would be fine if their expertise is like supernatural or fantasy, because that is not my expertise.
Okay. Well, I'm
It's
saying
going
that
to be, but I'm trying to make it work, and they may have some insight that I'm not, you know, familiar with,
yes.
and can help my story move along.
Well, I'm talking about someone who is already in the industry, but they want to help you advance, and they like, hey, I would love to know more. Let me work with you on this. Help
Listen,
you
I'm all
write
for
it.
collaborations,
Hey, sound good to me.
like for
So
real.
all options are open, but
Yeah,
please, no games though.
yeah. I
No
got like four
games.
of the stories just sitting there that I've started, and I have like 10 to 30 pages completed of each one. One of them is similar to this series that I did, so I wanted to kind of put some distance and so that nobody would compare the two stories, even though it's completely different but similar background. And then one of them is like a love story. It's just a twist, different that than what you've seen on TV and that you probably ever see on TV. And I think that's clever. And then the supernatural, which is like, I need to get past this, but how do I make this not look hokey? Because like I had to rewrite it because I was like, this is too ridiculous for me. Let's start over because all of a sudden I had lizard people in there, and I was like, no, what was this? Like I scratched that idea real quick. So
I
yeah,
know I know you are a great writer. I've read one of your books, and it was good. It was actually good. So definitely if someone is in the industry, or if you know somebody who is in the industry,
an agent, somebody help me market my
exactly.
stuff. That's a
And
step.
we're all about reaching back and helping each other. So you never know. It might be somebody listening today that say, you know what, I have this connection. I can hook you up. Then next thing you know, you might need some help on something. Guess what?
Right.
We will reach back and reach out to you too.
Yeah,
Um,
because coming up with a story has never been my issue.
yeah, exactly.
I'll
So
make it work.
how many books do you have out totally right now?
Just three out because it was a series. Worked on the script. Working on. I think there's five that I'm working on. One of them I'm trying to revamp from when I was a teenager. It's like a bunch of short stories, like a kid's short story, horror stories. I kind of want to put that out as well. So, but I need to do some clean it up. But I haven't had time to look at it. So yeah, there's probably 5 projects that I'm working on at once that I shouldn't have done at once.
Okay. And
But it's there.
if you could see behind her,
You
that, that's her notes right there.
know,
So don't be
my working stories, keeping
exactly.
me in
So
line and what I've talked about, notes, and because these little notepads, the little sticky notes, I kept losing. So they're on
exactly.
the board and in notebooks.
And I had to make sure I can read the notes real good before I said it, because
I mean,
I,
still, it wouldn't make sense to you. That's the thing. It makes sense to me. So, um, yeah, you could probably still like identifiers or labels for characters and things, but the context of how I'm putting it together wouldn't transition over to what you're doing. So you can use what's up there. I'm gonna do it
right.
better.
Well, so you can't outdo the original.
Listen,
So
because what's in here, that's listen, that's a masterpiece.
exactly. And if it's once again, if it's someone out there that can actually help Miss Risky to get the strips sold and give her an agent, definitely reach out to us. You can, like she said, she's on Instagram all the time.
Hmm.
Um, Go ahead and give them. Yeah,
Yeah, like I also like have an actual Yahoo for my author page, RSKEE at Yahoo. Very simple. And I use it specifically for that. Any clutter, guess what? I'm going to delete. So I ain't even worried about that. Riskybooks.com is my website where you can see my works. It's only 3 novels right now. And like I said, I'm going to try to adapt that into film. Um, Risky at Twitter, Instagram. I am on Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook for my author page, so Instagram is the way to go. So yeah, fingers crossed.
uh, we definitely are proud of you. I'm gonna verify that for me. Proud of you and want to make sure that we um, always continue to support my sister because she's doing some great things. Matter of fact, it's not even about me right now because it's about her. So, but she have encouraged me quite a bit since we known each other. So, um, oh, I'm sorry. I hit
A lot of
the,
things flashing.
yeah, I hit the, it posted right next to something else with R, and I'm like, all right. Um, I think the internet is still kind of messing up because,
Yeah, it's doing some weird things.
yeah, I keep seeing we freezing on YouTube, and then I have a message just came up talking about that the capture just fell. Oh Lord, yeah, I see what the weird things are now.
He didn't said he was not gonna pursue me, and now I'm his baby again. He's like, wait, dollar signs. Yeah, that's my baby. I hyped her up before she was famous.
I'm gonna marry that woman. We're gonna jump the book. Don't worry about
Yeah.
how I got the cuts on me and this line growing out of me.
Listen, if I glow up like that, I'm gonna have a Goldie Hawn and was it Kurt Russell relationship. We just gonna be forever together, like Stedman and Oprah. Like, yeah, we together, but we ain't together.
Exactly. Oh, it was saying it did not capture your email. I don't know why. He talking about yeah, dollars and street talk. Hey, I ain't mad at you.
Listen,
I'm gonna have to put it in the chat because for some reason it said it won't on trying to see this old keyboard. Um so y'all can actually reach her. Um this is Miss Risky email, so you can definitely reach her on that and
and you
shoot
can
her.
also send me history story ideas because I check it now that I'm doing more, trying to put myself out there. So that's the way to go.
That's why the internet shut down because she wasn't checking it at first, and now Yahoo is like, whoa,
I
she
broke the internet.
crashing she crashed
Like all,
there.
all my emails linked on one thing.
um,
Thank
Marcella
you,
said,
Marcellus.
yeah. Hold on, you didn't do it like you normally do it.
I did that earlier. It's only
Oh,
once, at the beginning.
oh, okay, my bad.
You don't get
I'm
two.
trying to help him out. Trying to help him out a little bit. No, but definitely support my girl. You can go get and you can actually find some of her books on Amazon, Barnes and
Barnes and
Noble.
Noble. Pretty much everywhere online.
Yeah,
Somebody's
just
got them.
riskybooks.com. That's right, riskybooks.com.
Yes.
Go there and support her because the books will, it's
It'll mess up your
interesting.
life.
It's interesting. Well, I think actually, well, yeah, it will kind of.
I had a, and then here's the funny thing, like, so, uh, one of my girlfriends that I worked with, well, yeah, one of my coworkers, she was like, "You didn't go in hard enough," and I was like, "Girl, I held back. I didn't want to go to jail because it goes in like child abuse, sexual abuse, and this boy went through it." And then I had a gay friend who couldn't look at me for 2 days at work, and he was reading it. He's like, "I can't put it down, but I can't look at you either." He's like, "You wrote this?" Like,
Now,
yeah.
it was
But it's
somewhere.
relatable. It's not. It's relatable. Everybody, has some sort of experience with it, emotional abuse, physical, whatever. And it's not just a gay themed book. Everybody can relate to this, or you want to pull for this character. Um, and there is some redemption later on, but you're going to go through it.
Put like this: when I got the book from her, she told me, she said, "Look, just read it, and it'll get better at the end, toward the middle of it." And I went through it, and I was like, okay, this was actually interesting because some of the things she talked about that she wrote about, those are the things some families would say you don't discuss those things, what's going on in the household. So it's definitely a good read.
And they're
Um,
true stories of things not only that I experienced. I mean, I didn't experience it to that, to that extreme, but the people in my circle, that was their story that was never told. Boys and girls. And I was like, you don't really get to hear the boy side of the story because it's taboo. And you get that, if you're a child of the 80s, early 90s, it's like, well, you must have done something to make that happen.
yeah,
Like, no, nobody deserves anything like that. And it was a few young men who had those, uncles who took advantage of them, and one of them, he turned to the streets. I don't know where he is now, but he was living in his car the last time I saw him, but he was hustling. And then another person, he became successful and lucked out. So it's a relatable story because, I mean, like I said, it not only deals with abuses, but also relationships and how you deal with them within family and your loved ones, and just trying to figure out and navigate through life. Everybody can relate to that.
Exactly. So definitely check it out. Uh, riskybooks.com. You can order it there or just type in Risky on Amazon and it should pop up and support my sister. She's the one that have encouraged me to do a lot of things, and I appreciate it because when I tell y'all, like I call her my sister because she is a true friend. Um, so, and that's why I don't mind supporting her either. Whatever she do, I'm always gonna support her. So, but definitely check it out. And if once again, if somebody knows somebody know of a friend that is in the industry, have them reach out to her and be able to let's get the strip sold. As I'm sure it's
Yeah.
just like the book. So
Probably won't be as close. It'll probably be loosely based on the book because a lot of that stuff, I don't know. I mean, if you could, because I've seen some things on a lot of these streaming apps, and I was like, I saw a whole big old penis on one of these shows I saw, and I was like, I clutched all my pearls. I was like, well, this what we doing now? Like, no warning? It's just, and I started Googling, is that a prosthetic? Because clearly,
I don't know nothing about that.
yeah, look, well, it's a show somebody's talking about, like, and so I finally started watching it, and I think I'm on the second show.
And I'm gonna let you continue to watch it. I don't know
No, I had to
what
pause and I went back to Stargate because I was like, I think I'm too young for that show. Because I was like, what am I watching? It's like Skinamax times 10. I was like, I didn't expect it. I just didn't know what. Yeah.
no. Well, hey, I
So
take
yeah, if
your
they could
word
put
for
that out,
it.
so I mean, I guess they can do mine. But yeah,
Well, I think kind of like
within reason.
yeah, I think some of the subjects that we did talk about tonight with the pregnant 12-year-old
Oh yeah,
girl, um, then the underage marriage, they would have laws to protect people like this. But
right.
when someone is putting out true material
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff that they experience or other people have experienced close to them, those are stories that should be told
right.
because it can actually save somebody. Because a lot of time, the victims do not have that opportunity of of ever healing from it, and then sometime it end up with they haven't abusing people, or they end up committing suicide or something, or turning to drugs and alcohol. So this would be a good thing um, to bring out, be on the front line of it, and let's talk about it. So, well, Miss
Yeah.
Risky, I'm really happy for you. I know that strip is gonna get sold. I know somebody is listening. They probably on the phone right now. Hey, y'all need to listen to them.
Yeah.
She got something ready for you.
Yeah, and
So
then I was watching a show and somebody said something that was pretty profound because it relates to the story and just life in general. They pretty much said, don't let that hurt, abused child make your adult decisions.
yep,
Because a lot of times we don't heal from those old wounds and we let that dictate how we live our life and how we treat people. And it takes a lot to get over that, and that's the thing, like with mental health, we need to promote that more so we can get over these issues so that we don't bring them into our adult lives.
exactly. And that's one of the things that every counselor we've had on the show in the past, they all have said what you went through as a child can affect your life today. The decisions that you make, the things that you do. Normally, majority of the time, and this is my opinion, majority of the time, if someone have been sexual abused, well, guess what? When they have issues, they turn to sex. So it can affect you in many ways, and that's why with us, this is a open platform. Everybody is welcome. Kind of like what Marcella say, this is the people show because if we can help someone, that's what we want to do. In this situation, Miss Rescue, with the work she have done, I know somebody can read it or even um, once it becomes a series, they can watch it and then turn around. It could change their life. It could definitely change their life because they could say, hey, I'm not the only one dealing with this. It could give them a voice to be able to talk about what they experiencing. So I appreciate you, Miss Rescue. I know I keep saying it, but I appreciate it for the simple fact um, you actually have opened my eyes up to a whole bunch of stuff uh, from reading your book, and it's a wonderful book. Don't ask me the name of it, but it was
Beneath the Surface is the first one. I think that's
beneath
the
the
one you read.
surface. Yes, beneath the surface, and just the title alone should be like beneath the surface. Well, guess what? You may. I say it all the time on the show. You can look at me. I'm laughing. I'm joking, but you don't feel the pain that I may be in. Keep that below the surface. So, but Miss Risky, let the people know where they can actually find you at besides Instagram and give out all your information again except your phone.
1-800 risky. No. So risky at Yahoo, RSKEE at Yahoo is where you can send me an email, history lessons, or just if you have some insight on, an agent of some sort, or just have any ideas, let me know. I'll probably respond. Maybe not. I don't know. Instagram, like I said, riskybooks.com. You can check out my works, but you can find my works on Barnes and Noble, Amazon. Ex Libris is the direct website is with what's the publishing company that I publish from. So, yeah, that's where I am, all over the place.
And I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm gonna go out on the limb. Um, if you are a survivor of any type of abuse, whether if it's um, domestic violence, um, child abuse, sexual abuse, and if you're uh, healing from that and would like to tell your story and be able to help someone because your testimony can help someone. If you want to do that, definitely reach out to me. And let me find the email. Um, send me an email. Send me an email, but please send the subject. Either I want to tell my story because I get a lot of spam emails too. But put I want to tell my story, and I will reach out to you, and we can make arrangement to come on and talk about it. I remember years ago, and I cannot remember which one of the Tyler Perry movie it was, but um, I used to get together with a group of people on Sundays after church, and we would just go over there, eat dinner, and one of his movies came out. And talking to them, it had something to do with abuse, and I cannot remember which one it was. But with the group that was there, I said, you know what? I want to ask y'all a question and would like for y'all to be honest. Um, I said, I'm gonna give everybody a piece of paper and a pen, let you write your answer, and I'm the only one that will read it. And so I asked them, this group of people, how many have been sexually abused before, or as if they ever been sexually abused. And I think it was about 12 of us there. And I think maybe it was only three that said they'd never been sexually abused. So the thing is, these are discussions that we do need to have. And if you're one of those people that would like that have survived it or are able to tell your story, um, we would like for you to come on. Like for you to come on and tell your story. T Cal said, I want to tell my story. You're more than welcome to come on. Um, and and this is nothing about trying to judge no one. This is trying to help the next person as well as helping you. Because we all have been through things we don't want to talk about. We want to forget about it. So if you want to reach out to me, definitely shoot me an email and uh, we can set it up. And if you don't feel comfortable being on camera, that's fine. That's fine. We can arrange it where you can call in and talk. So definitely shoot me an email, who you with kirkdog at mail.com, who you with kirkdog at mail.com. Miss Risky, great show tonight. Thank you for the history, the research that you do. Thank you for um, sharing a piece of your life, of what you've been working on and everything. And you have any closing words?
No, but thanks for, providing us a platform so I can, share my works with you guys, and, and it's been a delight, a surprising delight. So, and just meeting new people, and, but thank you guys for listening to me and allowing me to share my stories.
Um, T Cal asked the question, what's the movie I could do bad all by myself? I'm I cannot remember. Uh, this came out probably about 20 years ago. So it was before I could do bad all by myself. It was one of his early movies. And it was, I cannot remember what it was. I'm going to research it and I would write it
Because,
down
like,
so I can.
most of his movies are about some sort of
Yeah, some
abuse,
type of abuse.
some sort.
Um,
So you got to be a little bit more specific on the details.
I'm going to see if I can. If
Like,
I
what
see
kind
the
of abuse was it? Spousal abuse, child abuse.
It was man, it was 20 years ago. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up.
Because I know one movie, a dude pushed a whole, was it a child out the window?
a child. Which one was that?
Um, something with colored girls. I don't know.
Oh, um, golly, what movie was that?
Because the dude
It's
was
in
a whole butthole, and just to spite the woman, I think killed the child or something. It's been a minute, But yeah, it was very traumatizing.
It may be I could do bad by myself, but don't quote me on that. See, now I'm gonna have to go back
Yeah,
and
because
watch the
like most of
movie.
his movies, it's like if it's not Medea, it's over there, an abuse of some sort.
Yeah, but it was some movie. Um, it came out. I want to say almost 20 years ago. Let me see if I can pull it up this way. Just, let me see if I can pull it up this way because uh, it was pretty good. I could do bad all by myself. It might been that um, because I know from I could do bad all by myself. The guy did try to come on to that young girl and got got dealt with the right way. Got that ass whooped. Um, I'm looking while I'm talking at the same time, so I'm trying to find it before we get up out of here. Oh, you know what? I don't think that's the play though. It may not been. What was the movie that T.D. Jakes came out with that
The
dealt
new
with
one?
abuse? No, this was about 20 years ago.
Oh,
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out and see. And it had been at least 18 years ago. It's either T.D. Jakes or I'm gonna find out for sure. I may be saying Tyler Perry, but it may be in T.D. Jakes movie. But I'll find out. Woman that are loose, I believe. Um, man, y'all, I'm up here now. For the ones just not tuning in, please take the time, like the page, whatever platform you're on, and I'd like it, and let's go with that. Like, share, tell a friend. Um, I'm I'm gonna have to pull it up and see. Uh, you know what? I think it was Woman That Are Loose because it's saying when she was 12, she was raped by Reggie, the boyfriend of the mother. When that mother does not believe that he raped her, um, and she began a downward spiral, including drugs, prostitution, and other things. It may be that I'm gonna have to go back and watch both just to make sure if I can tell y'all exactly what it was.
and
But
check out
either
For Colored Girls. And that's the one I think Michael Ealy was in. He plays evil so well. I'm just saying.
okay, let me make a list. For color girls, um,
Which I need to rewatch because I was like, I blocked all that out. And everybody's like, girl, that was like at the beginning. And I was like, I remember all the other traumatizing things. But yeah, it's horrible.
I can do bad. Oh, by my damn. Oh, that wasn't it. That wasn't in there. Okay, so I have some homework to do. Um, so it's going to take me a little time to watch all three of those movies. So, um, but I'm gonna check it out and see. I kind of think it may be Woman That Are Loose.
Probably
Um,
is.
so I'm gonna have to check it out and see. And Bishop Jakes, Tyler Perry. We have a black writer on the show. Let's put her to work. Let's put her to work. Um, but other than that, Miss Risky had told you where you can find her at. You can also find me. I've been liking Twitter quite a bit lately, but this week I haven't had a chance to be on nothing but Twitter, Facebook. You can always go to the page on YouTube, leave a message. I will respond um, if it's legit. And also Instagram. Instagram probably the easiest way of reaching me because I go between there and Twitter quite a bit. But other than that, we appreciate y'all for watching the show this week. Um, Appreciate Miss Risky with the hard work she did this week to get the history together after I bugged her for quite a bit. Um, but we appreciate each and every one of you. We love you. We will see y'all on Sunday. Well, I will see y'all on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until then, we love you.